Hi. I have two questions. The first one has two parts. I have two pigeonholed people that I would like to change. I have a friend that I see twice.
You want them to be different?
Yes. I have a friend that I see twice a week.
Do you need them to be different?
I want to change what's within me that I'm seeing in them.
Toward what end? Do you want to change your vibration so that they'll be different? Or do you want to change your vibration so that you'll feel different? And do you need them to be different in order for you to feel different? Because if you need them to be different in order for you to feel different, you can't get there from here.
So that's the question. So the first one is a friend. I see him twice a week, and he has lung issues. So I see him physically, and I work through vibration with him. We talk about a lot of things. The second one is our president, and I only see him through my husband. I don't watch him anywhere else. So the feedback I get about my vibration in relation to him comes through my husband. And I have found several issues that I do not like in our president within me from my past. And I have let those go, mostly, I think. And so what I feel comes back from my husband about President Trump is different now. So I feel like I've worked some of that through. And I'm hoping he will change in the bigger aspect through my work with that vibration.
So far, your desire is that your attention to the person will cause them to behave differently.
Yes, that is a desire, and I'm working it through with my vibration.
That's the rub right there, isn't it? Because they create their own reality.
But my reality comes through my husband, what I see in him.
Oh, you create your own reality too.
Right. Yes, and I'm working on that. So
let's chew on this a little bit. Anyone interested? If you look out into the world, into a situation, into a group of people, or into an individual, and you see something that doesn't set right with you, so you feel negative emotion and an indication of vibration and blah, blah, blah. You've heard it all enough. Does that mean when you feel negative emotion, does that negative emotion mean, we really want you to think about this because this is new territory. Does that negative emotion mean that your thought is wrong?
To me, it means it's a thought I've had before that has negative emotion.
Well, let's just stay there for a minute. If I see something and I feel bad when I see it, because the way we've been encouraging you is your inner being is seeing it differently than you are. So your inner being is not looking at it the way you are. And so that implies that your way must be wrong because your inner being's way is right. But remember what we were saying earlier, just before this important conversation, that with every experience you launch rockets of desire. So let's say that your inner being, all of your inner beings, are having a reaction to someone who's in the public eye like that, and you are launching your rockets of desire. Your inner being is focused upon what you desire from it, not what is. Your guidance system, your negative emotion or your positive emotion, is not sorting out for you the rightness or the wrongness of something or someone. Your emotion is just sorting out whether you're moving in the direction of what you want or not. And so when you see someone who is behaving in ways that upset your sense of right and wrong, and you launch rockets of desires that you would prefer that it be different, your inner being rides that rocket and sees the difference, even though it's not evidenced by the behavior of the president. So your only discord is that you keep seeing him as he is physically, as you perceive him to be, rather than as your inner being perceives him to be vibrationally.
So if I let go of my resistance to him, I will not see a different version of him? So if I let go of my resistance, so if I become more in alignment as I look at him now.
But let's talk about what that means. You can't look at what is and listen to what is and find a new vibration. You have to look in the direction that your inner being looks in order to find something. And so let's step back into a general place. One person does not mean that much to all of us. That's what your inner being knows. This person, no matter what title he holds in the world, does not create my reality. This person, no matter what he's doing, does not hold the key to my alignment with my inner being or not. This person and all of the shenanigans that some are witnessing and pushing against and others are witnessing and embracing, this person is causing lots of rockets of desires. I've launched some rockets of desires, and my negative emotion in response to what I'm observing or in response to what I am hearing from someone else who is observing it is only indicating whether I am in alignment with my version of what I want or not. Period. We would like you to know that the object of attention, which seems so important, and this particular person wants to be all important to all of you. This particular person seeks your attention and your approval as much as any person who's ever walked the earth. But that is a really big point for all of you. You cannot let, just because they want your attention, it be your duty to give your attention to them. And the fact that you do is on you, not on his behavior.
So can I clarify?
Yeah.
So if I let go of my resistance around him totally and my friend who's ill, if I fully let go of that resistance and feel good around them, so there's no resistance, I've changed my vibration, but it's not going to change theirs.
There's no need to change it because you've accomplished everything that you need. And you're now standing in control of who you are, which is a really great gift that someone like that gives to a whole lot of people.
The evidence will not come about through a changed them.
Maybe. But you can't have the ulterior motive. Here's how it goes. I see this and I don't like it, so I don't feel good. And I want to feel good. So I'm going to take my attention away from it until I do feel good. I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. I feel really good. I feel so good. Have I changed you? Nope, now I feel bad. Okay, I feel bad, so I'm not going to focus about it. I feel good, 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 I feel good. Had I changed you? Nope, now I feel bad. If your motive for alignment is beyond feeling good, it's to change someone so that you can feel good, now you've introduced all kinds of things that you can't control into the equation. But if your desire is to feel good, then you get to receive the benefit of what some rascals of the world have put into the vortex. There's more interest in understanding how government works than ever before. There is more desire for world harmonics than ever before. There is more readiness to give up the battle than ever before. There is more confusion belched into the atmosphere with a smoke screen that keeps you from knowing what end is up than ever before. There's more of a desire within more individuals than ever before. And we're not just talking about this one person. We're talking about all of the dynamics around this person. It's not just one, it's a whole lot that are co-creating this, and you get to decide how you fit into all of that. Because not one of you said, I'll come into my physical body, but before I get there, clean it all up. Get rid of the disagreeables and get rid of the insecurities ones and get rid of the narcissists. Get rid of the politicians. Get rid of the fanatics. Get rid of the rich ones. Get rid of the poor ones. Get rid of the sick ones. Get rid of the egotists. We're going through the piles. Get rid of all of them, and then I'll come. And we say, you're going to be so lonely. Because you didn't say, clean it all up and then I'll come. And you said something very different. You said, let it be the perfect dynamic balance of variety and contrast. And as I come into it, I will know by the way I feel what I'm choosing. And since I'm know by the way I'm feeling what I'm choosing. I'm launching rockets of desires. I am creating for myself a better environment. But here's where it keeps getting confusing. You're creating your reality, not everyone else's. And where it goes wonky for people is that you keep thinking, because you are such avid observers of everybody else, that you need to control their behavior so you can observe their behavior so that you can feel good. But when you give up on needing to control their behavior so that you can observe better behavior, and you're able instead to control your focus so that you can feel better, now you can live in a world of variety where you can have massive evolution and massive adventure and massive delicious unfoldings without needing to control the behavior of anyone. You see, source isn't on one side or the other. Source is on the side of all. Source wants what each of them wants. The more insecure someone feels, the more source is focused upon their security. The more out of alignment with source an individual is, the more their behavior is erratic and unpleasant to witness. But you can't demand that someone get themselves all tuned up. And we don't mean to imply that cleaning up needs to be made. What we really want you to do, and it's hard to do as humans, especially in this environment of media and connection with each other, it's hard to do. We know it is. But you got to find a way to find your stability so that you can go out into the world and still be stable. And you can't demand that the world change in order to give you stability. You got to find a way to find your stability, and then you can go out into an unstable world and be stable. But you cannot demand that an unstable world be stable so that you can find your stability. But you can find your stability in an unstable world, because your inner being is always stable, and your vertexual world is stable. Your evolved self is stable. So again, we're back to what we were talking about earlier. You cannot look at what is and feel stable, but you can look at the vibrational reality and find stability, and then your what is will morph to match it. Oh, good, my what is will morph, and since that person's on my mind, then they'll be different. You create your reality, not anybody else's.